Hi guys, welcome back. Hang on, you can't see me, 2 seconds. Hi guys, welcome back. That's right, I've got a camera on my head because I need both hands because I'm going to change the caliper on my wife's Honda FRV. I think she drives too fast. Looks like she's been off-roading as well. Maybe she's done a few track days or something, I don't know. Maybe she brakes so hard she's trying to get the rear wheels off the floor like my buddy Ash. Here comes Ash's.
Right, let's see how late we can brake. After the marker.
Oh, after the marker. Oh. Anyway, this caliper's about 100,000 miles old, and this car's a 2009, so it's like 13 years old. And every now and again it binds on. So I'm going to change the caliper, but I'm going to show you how to do it super easily with literally 3 spanners, a 10mm for the bleed screw, a 14mm for these bolts that hold the caliper sliders in, and also a 14mm for the brake pipe. And then when you start doing it up, this pin probably starts spinning, so you need a 19mm on that as well. Obviously this is for this. These spanner sizes will probably be different, but fundamentally it's all the same idea. I've also got a hammer because if this is really tight, you can just kind of knock it undone with a hammer. But honestly, it's really not a difficult job. Don't pay somebody to do it yourself. So literally, I've just jacked this up using the jack that's in the boot. I'll put the wheel underneath the sill. If you haven't got axle stands, don't worry about it. Literally just put the wheel under there. It can't go anywhere. You're not actually going under the car anyway, so it's not really a massive deal, but I just put that there for safety anyway. I also haven't got a brake bleed kit or brake bleed pipe or anything like that. So I've literally just got a bit of rag because I'll show you how I do it at the end. It makes a tiny little bit of mess, but not bad. I've also got a block of wood here so that when I take the caliper off, while this pipe is still attached, I'll just rest it on there while I fit the new caliper. Right, let's have a go. Oh, that's tight. There we go. See, this is actually, you need a 19mm on there because that's actually spinning at the same time. Get him in there. Pushing. And you've also got to slacken off this pipe at the back. See the brake fluid coming through already, just nip that up again. So now we know that's just nipped up. Because to try and undo that when obviously this isn't clamped up is really difficult. There we go. Right, put those to one side. Right, you may or may not need your big spanner to get the caliper off. And then I'm just gonna stand this block of wood up, put him over there for now. Right, while we're here, we've got a set of brake pads to go in there because there's a bit of meat on them, but they are looking a bit crusty. Literally just 2-second job. Put them out. There you go. Now the other calipers out of the way and the brake pads are out. You can see that these caliper pins are nice and free. If they're not, you need to take them out, clean them up, put some I think lithium grease or silicone grease on them. So yeah, while we're here, got some new brake pads to go in. They are padded, but they're not super duper ones, not RS29s or anything like that. Just don't need to brake that hard on the way to work. There we go. Pop him in there. Pop, pop. Obviously don't get it all over the pad or over the disc, otherwise you won't stop. That in there and that in. Come on in. There we go. A bit of blue paper. Clean my hands. Right. Time to shut a new caliper on. Obviously that's already pushed right back, so we don't need a caliper push back tool or anything like that. Just literally line that up. Put a bit of copper slip on these if you want, but these look pretty brand new. Oh, do you know what? Now I've said it, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. Slap it on. Probably won't be me taking these calipers off next time around, but it's good to do it anyway. And then to the other one, pop him in there. There we go. So I haven't got a torque wrench, but that is tight. Now this kit has actually come with two new ones of them if you're going to take these out and clean them all up, but I'm not going to. It's also got two new crush washers, and they go either side of that banjo thing, whatever they call it. This is where you might make a little bit of mess, so I'll put that down there. And then what I do for this is I make sure the cap is on the brake reservoir in the under the bonnet, because you only get a bit of brake fluid until you get like a vacuum, then it'll stop coming out. Of course, it's a bit tight. I don't know why it's tight. It's only been in there for 13 years and 100,000 miles. There we go, here she comes. Right, there we go. Right, keep that upright, otherwise all the fluid in there comes pouring out. And then take that off of there, that off of there. This is where you might make a little bit of mess. Someone not my buddy Paul Woodman from Love Cars, he doesn't like getting his hands dirty, so he'd definitely be wearing a bit of gloves for this.
You get all grubby and mucky.
Yeah, that's the point of working on your car. Come on, man. Now you need to man up.
Yeah.
There you go. And then on the back, it's not the best camera angle, but it's tight. There you go, not too much comes out of that. So just a quick side note, once I put it all together I realised actually that this pipe was just touching that, and it was coming out the top here, which it's supposed to, but yeah, I didn't like it touching that. If this gets really hot or it chafes on there, it'll come all the way through, it will wear its way through, I reckon. So I've undone that and gone the other side of that, which I don't think it's supposed to, but this is all clear, nothing's tight, and which also now means I've got to bleed it again. Fail. Now we're nearly there. What we now need to do is this pipe has got fluid in it, but this reservoir at the back, or not the reservoir, the kind of the back of the caliper, hasn't got any fluid in it. So what we're going to do is undo that. Get rid of that now, don't need that. And what we're going to do, undo that, take the cap off the top, and just gravity will slowly fill this up, and it will slowly start dribbling out of there. So come around over here, take off the top of the reservoir. Look at the state of this mess. And then basically sit here for a minute, have a bit of a tidy up while we're waiting for that. If you've got someone to help you, obviously they can slowly push their foot on the brake pedal and that'll pump all this through. But I'm here on my own, so I just let it work its way through. Also make sure you've got plenty of brake fluid in your reservoir, because you don't want that to run dry, but we're only talking about kind of half a cupful in here. Never done it before. I wonder if it makes a difference to take that out. It's been about 2 or 3 minutes, probably more like about 4 or 5 minutes. Yeah, you see it coming up. So now I'm going to put this back in. Use that. So now it's coming out. Just going to nip that off. So now what I'm going to do is go and pump the brake pedal, because two things: you also need to push that piston out to make the brakes tight, because obviously they're not tight at the minute, and also to get a bit of pressure in there and hopefully force any air bubbles to the surface. So let's go and do that. I probably can't see anything in here, but that at the moment the pedal goes all the way to the floor. Oh, only took one pump and it's gone hard. There you go. So now that caliper should be nice and tight as it is, and then just for, so this is where it is better if you do have a pipe coming off here, because you can see the air bubbles coming out, but I'm literally just going to nip it off. It might blow a few bubbles. No, there you are. See it pouring out onto the, there you go, there's a few bubbles. Bubbly bubbly. Let those bubbles come out. Just going to shut that off again. Go and pump the brake pedal a couple more times. Try and force those air bubbles to the top. Oh yes, nice firm pedal. Press and hold a couple of times. Should be good. There's my spuds. There's my spuds, anyone interested. Hopefully see a few more bubbles. No bubbles. It's good to go. Just gonna, I'll never go too mad with that one, but it wants to obviously be tight enough. There's my 14. Make sure that's tight. Make sure the brake pipe one is tight. Make sure that one's tight. That one's moved a little bit. No, that's good. There we go. Last but not least, bit of brake fluid in your reservoir. It's hardly gone down at all. There you go. That'll do. There we go. Job done. Right, let's clear up this mess. So yeah, there you go. Hopefully that will help someone. Pretty easy job. So you literally do this on your driveway with the jack out of the boot and a handful of spanners, and yeah, it's pretty easy. So there you go. Hopefully that'll be helpful to someone. I've probably made it look harder than I needed to because I was filming at the same time and my mind's gone half blank when I'm filming, because it always does. Please like, subscribe, comment. Don't be too harsh in the comment section, because like I say, I'm not a mechanic. I've probably done a couple of things not the proper way, but this is how I've always done it. I've done it for 20 years. I've done calipers on my Civic and I take that on track, and I've never not had any brakes. So the same with anything. If you don't feel comfortable doing it, don't do it. Go and see a mechanic. But if you pretty much the hardest bit is getting the car up in the air and getting the wheel off. The rest of it's pretty straightforward. So there you go. Thanks for watching, guys, as always, and I'll see you on the next one. And PS, don't forget the dust cap. Honestly, what my life.